guys, Iggy here, Oakland Park Fire Department, Team Carnage, doing some training. Wanted to talk really quick about scenario setups, okay? This car looks like you might be done with it. There's some seat backs to cut and so forth, but we could actually still use this car for one, maybe even two more scenarios. Let's look at some of the things we can do. We're gonna take that car over there. We're gonna either T-bone it over the top or two tires on top of the car, two tires on the ground. The car is at an angle here to challenge them for stabilization. As far as this car, what we're going to do, once we put that car here, it doesn't matter that any of these doors are missing or the V-post is missing. It doesn't matter. They wouldn't have access to this side anyway, simulating no access to that side. So we're going to take that car and put it here. Some of the things we could do to prep the car ahead of time. So we're looking for the teams to use the mechanisms in the car. If they have to use the tools, they use them. If not, if the mechanisms are left in, we teach the teams to go ahead and use the mechanism in the vehicle to help free your patient even more. As you can see here, we've got a manual seat sliding mechanism. Normally, you're going to find it like this for every scenario. Let's challenge these teams with all the mechanisms. Okay, so here you have your tilt wheel. Remember, wheels tilt and telescope. So let's make it difficult for the team, as many obstacles for them to have to find to either release or have to actually displace metal or material to get the patient free. So this is in the downward position. We take the seat, we slid it forward, put our patient in. Come around the other side, we're gonna do the same over there. We want to challenge the team by putting the seat back in front of the vehicle. So you're going to tilt the seat as far as you can put it forward. We're checking to see if the team's going to remember to check these mechanisms. So we're going to grab the slide bar, close this out. We're also going to take Halligan, break off whatever tool you got. Break off handles, interior and exterior handles, making it difficult for the team, challenging them to use their tools to free the patient. All right, guys, so as you can see, we have a forklift helping us load. Now, sometimes if you don't have a front end loader to crush cars or to be able to set up scenarios, you can use a lull or a telehandler. If you're using a forklift's great for moving cars, a little bit more difficult for setting up scenarios, but we're gonna try to get that done. If you can't get the car just right, but you have to block off a side, use some of the props, whether it's a Jersey barrier wall, concrete or plastic, whether it's a pallet, a wood pallet, something to let the team know that side is inaccessible. This is just a way, guys, to force them to leave half of the car or a portion of the car for us to use at a later time for another scenario.
Going through. Oh, I jumped the door, boys.
Nice. What a side. All right, guys, like I was saying, so sometimes you don't have the availability of a front end loader or a lull or a telehandler, and all you've got is a forklift. And forklift really won't set up scenarios. Either way, once you have a car that's been damaged on one side of the vehicle, whether it's the roof or the passenger or driver side, but there's still a lot of car left, we do this. If I don't have the availability to move a Jersey barrier wall, concrete wall here, or another car, I do this, and it tells the team basically that side's inaccessible. What we're trying to get them to do, either work roof work here, or tunnel, or if this car wasn't here, maybe driver's side if that was still intact. So whatever you got to do to take away part of the car to challenge the team, and also to save parts of the car that you're going to need for later scenarios. I got it. Here we go. All right, now we're. All right, guys. Here's how I know when a team is ready, is serious about this stuff, is you make some suggestions to them, give them some things that they can work on, and the team applies them. Let me show you what I mean. We were in need of some props last time we were here. There's a prop. There's another prop. Okay? We talked about hydraulic tools. We've got ourselves battery operated hydraulic tools. We talked about an air chisel, which we didn't have last time. There's your air chisel. We talked about, and this one just impresses me, things like this, a short spine board for the patient to be able to get them off that seat back And the last thing is hardboard protection. These are things we talked about last time I worked with Oakland Park, and here they are. They got everything we needed. The checklist is complete, and they're ready to start training. Let's see what they got.